Welcome Amakhosi Network, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be chatting about Kaizer Chiefs losing 2-0, some player ratings, and where the fundamental problems Nabi is getting wrong are coming from. But before we get into that, please like, comment, and subscribe. So let me start with Nabi. Fundamental things, guys. If you're going to push your wing backs forward, there's two things you have to do if you're going to push your wing backs forward. If we lose the ball, everyone needs to defend from the front. Everyone needs to defend from the front. What does that mean? If we lose the ball at the front, we need to start marking from the front, meaning we have to press. We have to press the opposition. We have to press them and not allow them to have a pass that goes out. So what does that mean? It means when the opposition gets the ball, they need to either kick the ball out for a throw-in, or they need to be able to pass the ball back to their keeper, and the keeper must recycle it by kicking it out, or he'll just kick a long ball that doesn't really go to anyone. This helps us recover. And this is in essence, if you watch a team like Barcelona, that is exactly what they do, because they also use the same approach of using full backs. Now, where does the problem lie with Chiefs when you compare them to Barcelona? Barcelona's biggest attribute that Chiefs does not have is that Barcelona have midfielders that can control the ball. What do I mean? I mean when Chiefs goes forward, the players lose the ball. They lose the ball. We are a high turnover team. It means that every time we go forward, we just lose it. But what happens that if you compare that to Barcelona, if they go forward and they see something's not happening, they come back. Then they go forward. Then they try the next side. Then they try the next side. Then they try the next side. The moment they lose the ball, it's either they're losing it by the corners, they're losing it for a goal kick, or the keeper somehow saves. That's generally how Barcelona wants to lose the ball. But us at Kaizer Chiefs, we don't have ball players because we have Matt and Mtetwa in the middle who are not ball players. So these guys tend to not know how to rotate the ball, move the ball from this side to this side, how to release people, which tends to come where you see Matt and Mtetwa starting to play long balls. They play long balls because they see that person is free. It's not to say it's the game plan. It's just to say they pass the ball, then they're like, hey, there's cross is free. Then they play a long ball to cross. But the difference is they don't know how to have accurate passes, even in those long passes. So sometimes we pass, the ball goes out. Or if Cross does get the ball, what Cross does is that he will then pass like about Serino, then Serino will pass back to Cross, then it will somehow end up by Mtetwa. Another thing is that Mtetwa gets drawn into the middle even when he drops into between the center backs. Because you saw that very well in the game for Polokwane City. In the first half, I think we saw it a lot. Mtetwa would drop between the center backs. But then, because Matt and Mdushabalala and Serino and them would be struggling to play, Mtetwa would run into the middle to give them an option because he would see they're running out of ideas. And when they run out of ideas, Mtetwa would run into the midfield and then try help them. But the moment Mtetwa runs into the midfield and tries help them, what he then does is that he forces Dudley and Miguel to be too stretched or to come closer together. But the moment Miguel and Dudley come closer together is the moment Cross and Blom's spaces get exposed. And that's what tends to happen. So my thing is, this is what I've been asking on Nabi for a long time now, is that I don't know why. Let's just be honest. Njabulo Blom is not a fit player. He's not fit. Cross is not even a fast player. Cross and Njabulo Blom don't give us anything going forward. So this is my question to Nabi. If these guys don't give us anything going forward, why are they still going forward? Let them just do their primary job. It may not give us the numbers we want going forward, but at least we all know at least at the back we're secure. Because my thing is this, guys. We can't attack while it's a freeway at the back. Because that if you've ever played football in your life, this is one thing I'm sure you all understand. You know, in soccer, when you play football when you're young and you had a goalkeeper who you all knew, with this guy, he can't say, he can't be a goalkeeper to save his life, but you had no choice. Someone had to be goalkeeper. And then you guys would play beautiful football, dribble, score. The team would get the ball, shoot from halfway goal. You're like, let's push again. Dribble, you score. But to score, it's not easy, but you're finding a way to score. The team outside the box shoot, it's a goal. Because they're not doing anything fancy. They just know, go to at the back, this guy's goalkeeper is not make sure. So we're going to hit, we're going to keep hitting. As long as the ball is hit on target, chances are we're going to score. Then what tends to happen? What tends to happen after that is that then the players who are attacking lose the hope of going forward, because they feel like they're always going to concede either way. And I think that is what's starting to happen with the Chiefs attackers. The Chiefs attackers now are starting to even be worried about attacking too much sometimes, because they feel like they're going to have to go back because it's Mbobo, or they feel like, yeah, fine, we're going to concede, so yeah, fine. So those are things we need to watch out for. But let me give quick player ratings. Peterson, a shot on target is a goal. Now we know. So Peterson, I'm going to give a 3. And I'm not saying he had a bad game, but save us. You know that in moments like this, I just miss Itu. These are the moments where you understand what Itu meant to Kaizer Chiefs. Because Itu Melenkone, he would save us in so many games. You see these games we've been drawing like 2-2 or losing 2-0. Itu would find a way to save these chances. We don't know how. We don't know how he anticipated, but Itu would make a plan. The games where we drew 2-2 with Amakhosi and Royal AM, if Itu was there, it would have been at the most 2-1. And then now we would have had an additional 3 points. We would be on 17 points. The Polokwane City one, I'll give them that one. But I think that those 2 games we drew, I think Itu would have saved us. And the things that the keepers we have now are not saving us. But yeah, that's that. Cross, I am going to give a 2. He got injured. I'm sorry for him. I hope he has a speedy recovery. But I am actually glad that he's injured. I just want a left back who is just going to sit. I'm tired of crying about the same thing every week. Next one is Dudley. There's not much I can say about the first goal. There's not much I can say about the second goal. The first goal was, they just had a good goal. Sometimes you must just give credit where credit is due. Like Polokwane's first goal was a beauty, man. It was just one of those things that, yeah, it's unfortunate that teams tend to have nice goals against us, because Royal AM scored a rocket against us and now we get this goal from Polokwane City. Yes, it could have been prevented by more team defense, but Chiefs is what it is right now. And Miguel, I truly believe Miguel was kicked in the box. If there's a penalty that I believe we were robbed of, it's the Miguel penalty. Because if you watch the replays in that penalty, the ball bounced over the player. Miguel tried to jump over the player. Then that player swung his leg. Last minute, and he caught Miguel while Miguel was in the air trying to jump over him. And that for me was a penalty. I don't know why SuperSport decided not to show us different angles from that chance, but I think if they replayed it properly, they would see that Miguel got caught. So Miguel, I'm gonna give a 4. I think I said Dudley 4 as well. Let me say, yeah, Dudley 4, Miguel 4, because the goals may have not been their fault, especially the second one, because they were up the field. But I just want us to have more presence, man. We just need to have more presence in the box. And that's one thing I'm just crying about in defense. Like, I just want our defense to be scary sometimes. And the next one is Blom. Blom, I'm just going to give it 3. He just does not look like... One thing I'll say about Blom is this. Blom for me has never been a good right back. That is something that was always my view. I've seen Blom have the worst right back performance. I think he was still playing for, if I'm not mistaken, for Arthur Zwane. He was still playing for Arthur Zwane. Arthur Zwane tried him at right back and he had one of the worst right back we had one of the worst right back performances I have ever seen. And from there, Arthur Zwane benched him and later brought him on as a DM. And as a DM, he started killing for Arthur Zwane. So for me, I don't want to see Blom at right back. Rather give me Quinica. Quinica sit, defend, sharp, Sikrel. Next one, Mteto. Mteto actually for me had a decent performance. I'm going to give him a 7. Mteto, I know a lot of people are criticizing him. People are expecting Mteto to be Mteto is not Mteto is Katzand. He does his job. He breaks down plays. He saves. The second goal that was scored. Mteto did everything he could to prevent the player from scoring. Mteto passed Matt went and passed the players, the opposition again, and then we ended up conceding. But I feel like Mteto is having actually a brilliant form in this current moment. So for me, Mteto gets a 7. Matt is back to his ways. I'm going to give him a 5. He has good moments and bad moments in the game. But the thing about Matt's bad moments is that his bad moments are they are damaging, because I feel like if we didn't concede that last goal, then chances are we could have got maybe one. We could have got one. The game finishes 1-1. It's better than losing 2-0. But Matt sometimes just does mad things. And that's annoying. Serino 4. I saw him complaining more than he was doing something on the field. It seems like he was complaining that I won't do Shabalala, Dupree, Duba. When Usirino gets the ball, he was crying that they are hiding. That's one thing I was seeing a lot. Usirino was shouting at these guys because it's like, you guys were hiding behind Bulugane City players. Like, show yourself, avail yourself, like do something. And I think that's where Sirino's frustration was coming from. Mdu Shabalala, I'm going to give a 3. Mdu is a bundle of energy, but that doesn't go anywhere. He is one of the players that tends to find himself in better positions, in the box especially, but he just doesn't complete the action. Duba is a 3 for me, maybe even a 2. Duba can't play as a winger. When it's time for him to make a plan, he struggles. He struggles to find an interesting pass into the box. He struggles to take on players. He was just almost like a player who didn't know why he was there. So that's how it felt. And then Dupree is a striker who just didn't have supply. When you play a low block and you have Dupree, it's a bit difficult. And it's also a bit difficult if you find your players are crossing, but you are short. So that's another problem. He did have a bicycle kick attempt. On another day it goes in, we celebrate, but it is what it is. And then Mfundo Vilagazi came in. There was a lot of substitutions at halftime. Mfundo Vilagazi came in. Ditlokwe came in. Ditlokwe played the game I wanted a left back to play. He just consolidated at the back. Mfundo Vilagazi, good energy, bad decision making. That's one thing I'll say. The other thing I will say about Mfundo Vilagazi is, Mfundo looks to me like a player who does not know what his attributes or skills are. Why I'm saying this is that Mfundo sometimes runs past players in a way where he thinks he's stronger than players. Then they push him off the ball very easily. Because Mfundo was losing so many chances because he tries to beat a player one-on-one, but he doesn't have the strength to do it. And that's something I hate that we like talking about Rele a lot. But Rele knows one thing. He's not a strong player. So he won't do a move that is going to benefit a stronger player. He's going to find a way to get past the player using just his skills or using feint, using City Siale but Siale kind of moves just to get rid of the person, and then he runs past you. But Mfundo, I think he thinks he has pace, but he doesn't. So that's one thing I'm picking up about Mfundo. Abo Samkelo Zwane, question is, why did he even join the game? That was for Unabi to answer us. Botswana had a decent game. I'll give him 6.5. For someone who hasn't played for a long time, I think he had a decent game, 6.5. But yeah, I'm sure I missed some other substitutes, but yeah, maybe they weren't that memorable to me. But yeah, that's it. Amakhosi for life.